Hello, mighty companion. This is Earl Purdy, and I want to welcome you to Facebook Live and Hardcore Course in Miracles. And we're going to talk about how you can get in touch with the divine plan for your life that would allow you to fulfill your function, be completely happy and at peace, and to be provided for, and for you not to have a lot of obstacles in the achievement of what you want. Would you like that? Would you like to see what the Course in Miracles is saying about how you get in touch with the true plan, the real plan? Are you tired of trying to come up with so many different ways that you're trying to take care of yourself and plan for yourself and then not have those things many times turn out the way you want to, or you end up dealing with a lot of challenges and struggle? Well, we're going to do the Course in Miracles, a very powerful teaching together, hardcore. And we're going to start out with some music to take a minute to bring our minds together, to allow everyone together, and to just give you a chance to let yourself be healed through music. And these lyrics are based on teachings from A Course in Miracles by Brother John Christmas. And you can get the music for free at www.johnChristmas.com. Here we go. So I want to ask you to just breathe right now. It's okay to relax. Let yourself breathe right now.
Teach only love, for that is what you are.
Only love.
Yes, that is what you are. Teach only love.
Love is what you are. Teach only love. Everywhere you go, teach only love. To everyone you know, teach only love. Love is what you are. Yeah, yeah. Let me recognize the problem so the problem can be solved. Let me recognize the problem so the problem can be solved. Teach only love.
Each and every day, teach
Only love.
in your own special way. Teach
Only love. Love is what you are. Mighty companion, this is Earl Purdy. I want to welcome you to Hardcore Course in Miracles. And we are going to continue in the workbook. And we're going to continue with planning. Our theme has been on planning. What are plans? How do you do plans? How do you have plans that are coming from the divine, God, the truth, versus the plans that the human mind makes up that usually does not work or does not turn out the way that you would want it to. And that's lesson 135. We're going to be on page 255, but we're going to be in lesson 135 in the Course in Miracles workbook. If I defend myself, I am attacked. That's the name of the workbook lesson. And it starts out by telling us how a mind that's healed does not plan. It carries out a plan that it receives from the divine, from God, and how you know when you're doing that plan, and the way you're supposed to look at everything that's happening to you right now. Okay, and I'm just, every time I get ready to do this, the main thing that goes through my mind is how can I get out of the way and let spirit speak through me, and let spirit speak through me. Because the Course in Miracles defines a minister as a messenger. And I love that definition of a minister. that a minister is a messenger. So I want to be a messenger. I'm here to deliver a message that I have been delivering to the best of my ability for over 42 years. And believe me, there's no way that I would be teaching something for 40 years that I had not seen the truth of. I'm not that insane. And I'm glad that you're here to do this live, because that gives us an opportunity to communicate with other people who love the Course in Miracles and who appreciate the Course in Miracles coming through me. And I want to take this opportunity to tell you how grateful I am that you see value in the way that the Course in Miracles comes through me, that you make a point of actually showing up live, even though I'm glad that you can watch the replay. Got a little congestion in my throat, which the courts would call a defense against the truth. And so I want you to remember that you don't have to believe anything that I'm saying. These are the guidelines for A Course in Miracles, from A Course in Miracles. You need not believe the ideas from A Course in Miracles. You need not accept the ideas from A Course in Miracles. You need not even welcome the ideas from A Course in Miracles. Some of the ideas from A Course in Miracles, you may actively resist some of these ideas. Some of these ideas from A Course in Miracles you will find hard to believe. Do you know that some of these ideas you will find hard to believe, and others may seem quite startling? You are not asked to judge and analyze the ideas at all. If you want to know it's true, because we usually analyze something so that we can try to figure out the truth of it, well, I'm going to tell you the easy way. The easy way to see if the Course in Miracles is true is to use the ideas in A Course in Miracles. Use it. What is it that you need to be most aware of? Mighty companion, you need to be most aware of that if you use the ideas will give meaning to you. Their use will give the ideas meaning to you and will show you that the ideas are true. The Course in Miracles is working with your perception. It's working with your interpretations, the way that you see things. Because your interpretations and the meanings that you're giving that situation in your life, and you know the situation that I'm talking about. You know the person or the situation that I'm talking about. My classes are about the practical application of the ideas of A Course in Miracles. My focus is not on the theoretical aspects of A Course in Miracles. It's on how can I use the teachings of A Course in Miracles in my everyday life as I perceive it to be, so that I can have the kind of peace and total fulfillment that the Course in Miracles is promising. Set the goal. Because if you're not clear why you're watching this, if you're not clear why you're listening to this, then it will be hard for you to get the benefits out of something. So tell yourself, what is it that you need to tell yourself? Tell yourself, doing A Course in Miracles will give me everything that I've ever wanted in my heart. Practicing A Course in Miracles will give you everything that you have ever wanted in your heart. That's why you're doing this. You're doing A Course in Miracles because you want peace. You want peace. That you no longer want to worry and be concerned and afraid. That's why we are doing this, especially those of you who have been studying. So we're going to be on lesson 135. We're going to be on page 433 in the Course in Miracles workbook in the blue book. And the Course in Miracles says, do me slowly. So we're going to start out on paragraph 18 on page 255, lesson 135. So follow along with me if you got the book. If not, just listen. What is it that you couldn't accept? Is there anything about this situation that you're in? What couldn't you accept if you but knew everything that happens, all the events in your life, everything that ever happened to you in the past, present, and that everything that's going to happen to you in the future? What if you accepted that everything that's going to happen to you from now on, from this moment forward, is going to be gently planned by one whose only purpose is your good? What would it be like if you just accepted right now that everything that's going to happen to you is being planned by the divine God, and that the universe has only one purpose, and that is your good? So if you're ready to have a change in your consciousness, if you're ready to have a change in your perception, if you're ready to have a change in this situation that you're dealing with, tell yourself, I'm going to accept that everything that ever happened to me in the past, I'm going to accept that everything that's happening to me right now, and I'm going to accept that everything that's going to happen to me in the future is planned by love. It's planned by God. And God, your creator has only one purpose in your life. Love has only one purpose in your life, and that is your good. So if you want to allow yourself to have the change of mind that will bring ease and love into your experience right now, know that all you have to do is allow yourself to tell yourself, even if you don't believe it, tell yourself, everything that's happening to me right now is for my own best interest. Say that. Everything that's happening to me right now is for my own best interest. Everything that's happening to me right now is for my own best interest. Tell yourself that right now. Stop and tell yourself that right now. Everything that's happening to me is for my own best interest. Everything that's happening to me is for my greater good. Everything that's happening to you is for your greater good. Everything that's happening to you is for your own best interest. This situation that you're in right now, this situation, even though it may not look like it, or it may look like it, but it may not look like it, what you're going through right now is for your own best interest. It's going to work out to your advantage because there is a divine plan. And that divine plan was created by one whose only purpose is your good. In my 42 years plus of teaching and working with the Course in Miracles, what I've noticed with students that study A Course in Miracles is they approach the Course in Miracles and study the Course in Miracles the way they would any other book. And that's a mistake. You need to study A Course in Miracles the way the Course in Miracles tells you to study the Course in Miracles. And that's starting out by believing you don't have to believe it, you just need to use it. And when we say that you need to use it, what we mean is you need to use the interpretations of the situations that you're going through with the interpretations that the Course in Miracles, which is the Course in Right Perception, is teaching you. Do you know that the Course in Miracles says that if we have a correct right answer and right perception, it's a miracle? And that's why it's called a Course in Miracles. So there is a divine plan for your life. Perhaps you have misunderstood. If you can see the next sentence, perhaps you have misunderstood God's plan. Perhaps you have misunderstood the plan. Okay, so how can you tell when you have misunderstood God's plan? The way that you can tell that you have misunderstood God's plan is that you somehow think that God's plan would somehow give you struggle and pain and sacrifice. So the divine plan has no pain in it. The divine plan does not offer pain to you. So you have misunderstood God's plan if you think that following the truth is going to give you some kind of pain or that you need to sacrifice. So what is it that's kept you from seeing only the good and the joy and the peace in the divine plan for your life? What's keeping you from seeing the joy and the peace? Would you like to know that? What is keeping you from seeing the joy and the peace in the divine plan for your life? Well, if you follow along in the book, it says, but your defenses. Now, the Course in Miracles told us that our plans are just defenses, that our self-initiated plans are nothing but our attempt to take care of ourselves because we don't believe the Creator is going to take care of us. Self-initiated plans are things that we make so that we can somehow think we're going to protect ourselves. So when you are busy with your self-initiated plans, that's based on you believing that you need to take care of yourself because God will not take care of you. The Spirit will not take care of you. So you're busy trying to take care of yourself. Well, the Course says when you're busy working on your plan, and your plan usually has some peace and some conflict and some success and some failure, the Course in Miracles says while you are making your plans, that your plans are actually defenses. He says, but your defenses did not let you see. While you're making all your plans, you're not seeing, what is it you're not seeing? You're not seeing God's loving blessing. You're not seeing love's loving blessing because you're too busy listening to your own personal mind talk and your own personal self-initiated plans that you make out of fear and lack of faith in your Creator. So while you're busy dealing with your plans, your old beliefs, your old programming, you're not letting yourself see God's loving blessing shine in every step you ever took. While you made plans for death, I mean, we even literally have life insurance policies, which are plans for death, what's going to happen after you die. The Course in Miracles says, while you made plans for death, do you know why you've been making all your plans that have not always succeeded and made you happy? Do you know what's been happening while you've been busy with your schemes and your ideas and plans? Do you know that the Course says, you may not know it, but God, love, is leading you. Love is leading you. Spirit is leading you. Even while you're making all your plans and trying to figure out what to do, Spirit is leading you. And how does God lead? How does love lead? Love leads gently. So when love is leading you, when Spirit is leading you, you can tell because it's a gentle path. The path of love is not a path of strife and anger and upset and debates. The path of love is gentle. So where are you being gently led? Where's the Course in Miracles trying to lead you? Where's Spirit trying to lead you? Would you like to know? Well, look right down if you got the book. It says, He led you gently to eternal life. So your Creator is leading you past trying to have a successful business or a soulmate relationship or a career, even though those things are fine. Where the Course in Miracles, where the Course in Miracles, where the Course in Right Thought, loving thought, is leading you to a life that never ends. You are being led to a life that is loving and peaceful and safe, a love that never ends, a life that never ends. It's time for you to wake up now. It's time for you to wake up now. It's time for you to remember who you really are. You are not a body. You are not your body. You are not a body. You are not a body. What you really are is free. So what is it that will promise you an undisturbed future? Would you like to know what would promise you that your future would be peaceful? Would you like to know what is the defense? What is the plan that's going to promise that you're going to have a future that's totally fulfilling? The Course in Miracles, do you know that the Course in Miracles says that the future means not yet? Does that mean whenever you say you want something tomorrow, you're saying, I want that not yet. I'm going to have peace after 6 more months. I'm going to have peace 10 years from now. That's the same as saying, I'm going to have peace, not yet. When you say you want to have peace with your partner, with your friend in the future, you're saying, I want peace with my partner in the not yet. When you say you want abundance and love, but you can have it in the future and that you are going to get it in the future, you are saying, I'm going to get what I want in the not yet. So every time you say future, you're saying not yet. But do you want that love and happiness? Do you want that love and happiness now? Or do you want it not yet? I'm going to love my job in the not yet, in the future. So what is it that will give you a future undisturbed? And what is a future that's undisturbed? It's a future that you don't have even one trace of sadness and sorrow. Would you like to have a future that you do not have any sorrow? Would you like to have a future that is full of joy? But you're going to have a future that has joy and happiness that keeps increasing and increasing and increasing. So I'm going to tell you how you can have a future that's undisturbed, a future that you have no sadness in. And I'm going to tell you how you can have a future that has no sadness, but not only has no sadness, it's a future that you have happiness and fun and joy that keeps increasing constantly. So the Course in Miracles is saying that the divine plan for your life is going to be a plan that promises you that in your future will be undisturbed, with no sorrow, with happiness that just keeps increasing and increasing and increasing. Are you ready to have a future that's being planned by a divine intelligence that only wants your good? See, as a Course in Miracles student back in the early days, one of the mistakes that I made with studying the Course in Miracles is I did not contemplate, not analyze, but contemplate and think about, whether I believed it or not, I realized I wasn't slowing down and letting myself hear what I was being told, because what you were being told, people say, I want God to talk to me. Well, God is talking to you all the time. Spirit is talking to you all the time. Spirit is talking to you right now through this Course in Miracles. Spirit is talking to you right now through me. And it's telling you that everything that's happening and everything that's ever happened in your life, there's a divine plan. And that plan has the purpose of your good. You did not see the blessings that you have been receiving all your life because you were too busy with your defenses, your plans, your beliefs. You're feeling maybe that you were alone and on your own. Now, the people that this message is particularly meant for are the people who it is particularly meant for. And you know who you are, because right now you're riveted on what I'm saying from A Course in Miracles. You know that I'm saying something that you need to hear. You need to hear that you need to accept what's going on in your life right now. By accept what's going on in your life right now, I mean you need to accept that everything that happens to you is planned by a higher power that only wants your good. Now, do I realize you may have some things in your life that you don't see as a blessing, or that you have gone through things or are going through things that don't seem like a blessing? Well, the reason why you don't see your blessings, what is it that the Course says, which the Course calls your defenses, did not let you see his loving blessing shine in every step you ever took. So that means that you are being given blessings, but you're very caught up in your own mind talk and what you think is going on in that situation right now. So because you're caught up in your way of looking at things, you don't see the loving blessing that is shining in every step you take. There's a blessing shining in every step you take. While you've been making plans for death and fear and out of fear, the Course in Miracles says you are being gently led to a life that is constant and eternal. You are not something that dies. You are not something that dies. And the Course in Miracles calls our brain talk the ego. The ego is just whatever you believe. The ego is whatever you think that's not coming from love and oneness and peace. When you're listening to your ego, you don't feel good. When you're listening to the wrong voice, brain talk, if you will, you absolutely are not feeling total joy that only increases if you're listening to the wrong voice. So what is it? I love how the Course says, I'm going to give you the plan that promises an undisturbed future without a trace of sorrow, with joy that constantly increases. As this life, your joy is going to, listen to me, your joy is going to constantly increase. When you do what the truth teaches, your joy is going to constantly increase as this life becomes a holy instant, a healing instant. Your life is going to become a loving instant, a freedom instant, an instant of love. Your life is going to be an instant of love in time. So you're going to be like right now, we're in time. So if you want your life to be healing, if you want your life to be peaceful, if you want your life to be loving, if you like this specific situation to be perceived in a loving way, this is what I want you to do. This is the plan that promises a future that is undisturbed. What is that plan? Okay, read my lips. Look at the page. Your present trust is the plan. That you start to trust in love, that you start to trust in God, The plan is that you presently trust in your Creator. You must learn how to trust in God, the Creator. Or you could call it love, the divine, the higher power. If you want to experience a future that is undisturbed, if you want to experience total joy in the situation that you've been concerned about, if you want to experience a happiness that just grows and grows, if you want to have a peace and a joy that just grows and grows and grows and grows, then it's your present trust in God. It's your present trust in the truth that's going to give you that undisturbed future. I'm telling you right now, from A Course in Miracles, don't say that God has not answered your prayer. Don't say that Spirit has not responded. Don't say the universe is not giving you an answer. I'm giving it to you right now from A Course in Miracles. You're not going to be able to pull off making yourself constantly happy 100% of the time and at peace 100% of the time. None of your plans that are based on fear and separation, plans that are based on just thinking that you are a body, just a human being. A human mind cannot come up with a plan for happiness that will be 100% constant and consistent at all times. Human beings don't know how to do things that are eternal. The human mind is based on the idea that you just have this temporary existence and that you're a victim of things and that you're just this body that dies one day. And you're just trying to get a few relationships and give yourself a little physical pleasure, some money maybe, and a little power and a little specialness, and from a few people, provided they act right. And then you die one day. Ta-da, the human life. But the Course in Miracles is saying that your self-initiated plans that are based on fear and separation, those plans are not going to work. But while you're busy focusing on the plans that you are making up, you can't see the blessings that your Creator is giving you, and in every moment, you can't see your blessings because you're too busy looking at your fears and your concerns and your plans. So the Course in Miracles says, learning how to trust God, to trust the truth, to trust love, that is the plan. That is to trust the truth, to learn to trust God. So what is it? What is supposed to be the only defense that you use? We're going to make it simple. What should be the only plan that you use? Okay, well, look in the paragraph. It says, let no defenses, which is another word for plans, let no plans, defenses, but what? Don't let any plans but trusting in right in the present direct your future. Don't have any plan but learning how to trust right now and let what's right now direct the future. God's plan, what is God's plan? For you to learn to trust in the higher power and trust in the truth right now. And then let the truth right now, the love right now, the present, let the present, trust in the present, and let your trust in the present direct your not yet. See, the future means not yet. Past means gone, G-O-N-E, or like we like to say in the South, gone. So people ask me all the time, well, how can I have happiness? How can I have joy? How can I have a love that I can always depend on? I just told you. The first thing you should start practicing, whether you believe it or not, start telling yourself, everything is for my own best interest. I do not perceive my own best interest. That's where you start. You start by telling yourself, everything that's happened to me is in divine order. The reason why I don't know it's in divine order is because I'm busy trying to come up with my defenses and plans for what I think is going to make me happy and give me what I want. So I'm so busy with Earl's plan that I am not aware of God's plan. You're so aware of what you decided should make you happy, or maybe what should happen, that you don't realize that there are blessings. And not only are there blessings, but your present trust. He says right here, let no defenses but your present trust direct the future. So when you let your present trust in the truth, your present trust in now. In other words, everything that I need in order to have peace of mind is available to me right now. Everything that you need for peace of mind is available to you right now. So what is it that you are being told that you should trust in? You should trust the fact that everything that you need for peace of mind is available to you right now. You don't realize that everything you need for peace of mind is available to you right now because you're too focused on your beliefs and your ideas about what you think is going on, is what the Course is telling. Our plans that we've come up with, our beliefs, our conditioning, that you're so caught up in your conditioning, your beliefs, your plans, your defenses, that you can't see the blessings that are available to you. So how do you see the blessings that are available to you? You learn how to let present trust direct your future. So what's going to happen when you start to trust in this new way of looking at things that A Course in Miracles and other wisdom texts are giving you? Your life is going to become what kind of encounter? Your life is going to become a meaningful encounter. See, to me, when I share the Course in Miracles with you, I'm having an encounter with you that means something. See, when we do this together, we're having an encounter, but we're having an encounter that means something. If you are connecting with people, or you're in a relationship with a person, or relationships with people, and you're not helping each other remember to trust in the present, that everything that we need is available to us right now. Because what is it that we need that's available to us right now? What is it that we need that's always in the present moment? What is it that's always in the present moment? What is it that's always right now that I can always trust in? What's always available to you that you can always trust in is another way of looking at things. No matter what this situation is that you're going through right now, there's another way to look at it. So your present trust in the truth, in God, in the Course, if that's your path, that is going to direct what you do next. What you believe now directs what you do next. And there's a part of you, according to the Course, there's a part of your mind that's listening to me, and it sides with what I say that you believe. But there's also a part of you that does not want to believe what I say from A Course in Miracles that might be different from what you believe. What is it that you need to do right now so that you can have a future with no sorrow, that you can have a future with nothing but joy and happiness and fun that just keeps increasing and increasing? What is it that you need to remember? That your present trust, let your trust in the truth right now. Let your trust in love right now. Let your trust in God right now direct the future. And if you would let love direct your future, if you let the truth direct your future, your whole life is going to be a meaningful encounter. You are going to encounter trust. You're going to have relationships that you actually encounter people that you can be in a relationship with that you trust. You're going to, as you begin to trust the present, the truth that you're learning in the present, then you're going to have meaningful encounters with other people. And that's going to be an encounter with the truth. So you're going to begin to have encounters with love. But your defenses, your plans, your self-initiated plans, all of the things that you come up with that you think are going to make you happy, that if you'll notice, none of your plans have ever completely turned out the way you wanted your plans to turn out, and have never really made you constantly and permanently happy. And so unless your plan makes you constantly and permanently happy, unless your plan frees you from any slightest trace of sadness and sorrow, unless your plan gives you a joy and a happiness that just keeps growing and growing and growing and growing and growing, then your plan is not the divine plan for your life. Your plan is your plan. What is your plan? Well, according to the Course, your plan is to come up with ways to protect yourself and satisfy yourself, because you really don't believe in God, that you don't believe that there's a higher power available at some level that can protect you. Where do you really go for protection? You see enough on the news every day that you can't really seriously think that the world is able to protect you, right? I mean, you've gotten that far along, right? That you realize that there's nothing out there in the world that can really 100% guarantee your safety. You know that. So the Course in Miracles says, so therefore, when you make plans based on trying to make sure that you're going to be safe from all the things that you think is going to happen to you, the bad things that might happen to you, then you won't be able to see the blessings that are available to you and that are with you right now. So how do you start to see your blessings? Well, you start to see your blessings by learning how to have a present trust, learning how to trust in the truth that's available to you right now. All the answers that you need for whatever that situation that you're going through, the answer is available to you right now. And it's in A Course in Miracles. It's in A Course in Miracles. You ask for an answer. You ask for a solution through, in this relationship or situation or circumstance, and you've been answered. Here it is. And the truth is going to come to you in many different ways. For some people, it comes through other teachings. But the Course in Miracles was made for you. The Course in Miracles was made for you. So why are you not focusing your attention on what was made for you? How do you know the Course in Miracles was made for you? The Course in Miracles was made for you because you want to do it. You know the Course in Miracles was made for you by the way that you feel. You know that there's something about it that just keeps pulling you because it's reminding you of the truth. So the next line says, without defenses, you become a light. And the Course says a defense is a plan. Everything that I'm telling you is coming from the book. If you read it and study it and do the workbook, you know what I'm saying is right in front of us. I try to focus in A Course in Miracles in terms of what is right in front of the person right now. So what is it that the Course in Miracles is about to tell us? How do you become a light? How do you become love? How do you become a light? How do you become the truth? He says, well, when you let go of your plans. Okay, well, what's your plan? He says, well, your plan is to believe that everything outside of you and everybody outside of you somehow needs to be different from the way that they are. Somebody has to change. Some situation on the outer needs to change before you can be happy. The Course in Miracles calls that our self-initiated plan. So the Course in Miracles says, you know what your plan is? Your plan is to use your mind to come up with every way that your cousin needs to change their mind. So you're using your mind to figure out how everybody else should be different. And that's your plan. Your plan is to get everybody else to be the way that you would want them to be. Your plan is to get everybody to do what you want them to do, and you want all the situations and circumstances to go the way you decided they should go, and then you'll be happy. That's your plan. Your plan is to see yourself as a victim, to see yourself as powerless, that everything is being done to you, that there's no link between what you're going through in your own mind. The Course calls that our plan. So we are so busy focusing on that plan, which is a frightening plan, by the way, being out here all alone on your own, trying to control the unknown through your own personal wisdom, based on what you've learned and experienced in the past. That's scary. That's scary to think that something bad could happen to you tomorrow. So you've got to come up with every way that you can protect yourself against what's going to happen to you tomorrow. But by believing that there are so many things that are bad that could happen to you tomorrow, then you're actually reinforcing the idea that there is something bad that can happen to you. And the Course in Miracles is saying there's another plan, and this other plan is a plan that's coming from God, that's coming from Spirit, that only wants your good. And so the first thing that it tells you is that I want you to realize that everything that ever happened to you in the past, everything that's happening to you right now, and everything that's going to happen to you in the future is planned by one whose purpose is only your good, only your good. You don't understand the plan. If you think God's plan has anything to do with you experiencing any kind of pain, then you don't understand the plan of love. You don't understand how love operates. But your ego, your old programming, your beliefs, they don't let you see all the love and the blessings that's with you in every single step that you take. There's a blessing for you in every single solitary step that you take, but you don't see it because you're listening to your ego. You're listening to your fears. You're listening to your programming, your conditioning, according to the Course. And so even while you're doing all this crazy stuff, you're still being gently led to eternal life and eternal love. So you're still being gently led even though you don't even know it. You're being gently led by a creator that keeps loving you no matter how much you want to deny the creator and that love exists. You're still gonna be loved. So if you want an undisturbed future, if you like to have a future undisturbed, if you like to have a future that there's no sorrow in, if you like to have a future that there's no pain in, if you like to have a future that has constantly increasing joy, that's a healing instant, that's a loving instant, while you're being led to an eternal life, your present trust in God, that's the plan. The plan is that you trust right now in God. The plan is that you learn to trust in love, in real love. God is love. The Creator is love. We were created by love. We were created by something that loves us. We were created by something that loves us but does not ever attack us, punish us, or hurt us. That which created us is so loving that even when we don't think we deserve love, even when we think we are bad and have done things that are unforgivable, this Creator that created us loves us still. And so therefore, every single solitary thing that will happen to you today and tomorrow and throughout the rest of your life is being planned by one whose only purpose is your good, but you don't understand that because you're so busy dealing and thinking and using your own past patterns and beliefs and programming. But it's okay. Even while you've been making your plans, there has been a creator that has been gently leading you to eternal life. So if you want a future undisturbed, if you want a future that's free of sorrow and a joy that only increases, it's your present trust in God. It's your present trust in that right here and right now you have available to you everything that can promise you a future that will continue to give you really powerful, loving, satisfying encounters with the truth. Your defenses, your fears, your old programming. Do you know that your defenses, that mind talk that gives you, that keeps you from feeling good, that mind talk that makes you weary, that mind talk is concealing and hiding from you the meaningful encounters and the loving encounters and the loving opportunities. But guess what? All you have to do is tell yourself, I do not perceive my own best interest, but everything is for my own best interest. I may not always know what my own best interest is, but everything is for my own best interest. Take a breath and let that come in. I'm going to do a quick recap of what I talked about so far, because it's through the repetition and hearing it that the Course says that's how we accept a new truth. That's how we let a new belief in, is through repeating it. That's how you let a new, that's why I'm the divine repetition teacher. That's why you hear me repeating the same thing over and over again in many different ways, because if you want to change your mind, you change what you're repeating to yourself and what you're telling yourself over and over again. The Course in Miracles teaches you how to do this. The Course in Miracles teaches you how to undo those blocks. It teaches you how to let go of those plans that never work. So don't say you don't have the answer. You have the answer right here. You just heard it, and I'm helping you, which is me, because you are me, do it. So I'm a full-time teacher. If you would like to make a financial expression of appreciation or make a donation, then you can go to my website, www.earlpurdy.com. That's Purdy. You can use Venmo, you can use the Cash App, you can use PayPal, and you can use Zelle. I'm also, and all you need is my email address. And my email address is earlpurdy@earlpurdy.com. earlpurdy@earlpurdy.com. Thank you so much in advance. Thank you. Thank you. As a full-time teacher, thank you very much. If you would like to have a one-on-one session with me, they're called clarity sessions. And that's self-explanatory. Clarity sessions. Then go to my website, earlpurdy.com, look under clarity sessions, and it will give you the details. It will give you the details of what you need, what I offer in my clarity session, and you can also self-book a session right from my website. I want to be used by Spirit to help heal whatever you feel like your problem is. Help heal. By showing you and sharing with you and telling you how you can implement what the Course in Miracles is teaching that would allow us to have the happiness that it promises. But I'm going to use the Course in Miracles principles, new thought principles. So I'd be happy to be of service. Thursdays at 7 p.m. Mountain Time on the the Earl Purdy page on Facebook. We do hardcore Course in Miracles. That's what we're doing right now. Sundays at 1 p.m. Mountain Time. Sundays at 1 p.m. Mountain Time on the Earl Purdy page on Facebook. I do another Facebook Live, A Course in Miracles presentation that you can watch online, and you can also attend in person if you're in the Denver, Colorado area. So it's in Denver at 1555 Race Street, R-A-C-E, 1555 Race Street, Denver, Colorado, 80206. Take a breath. And I have put all my classes on YouTube, and I put all my classes there on Facebook. Everybody's available to whatever I do, really, right? Regardless of your financial situation, because I'm giving it freely. I'm doing it freely, right? So that shows you how Spirit works. But I also thank you, those who are willing to and want to share with me financially also. So let's hear this one more time. I want you to take a breath. Because I'm not going to rush through this section. This lesson 135, if I defend myself, I'm attacked. It is absolutely one of the most powerful lessons in this entire course. It's talking about plans and about planning. I love that I can feel your energy when you're here live. I can feel all our connection in real time. It thrills me. It thrills me to know that right here, right now, is everything I need. My trust in God right now will guarantee a future that's completely different from anything that I've gone through in the past in my relationships or in my finances and in every area of my life, including the spiritual area of my life. So when it says present trust in God, you can say, my present trust in the truth, my present trust in love, my present trust in this material, if this is your path. Letting what you heard tonight, letting what you have heard tonight direct the next thing that you do. That's you using your present trust. That's you using present trust. Because in this section, in this lesson, it's going to talk about how you can have 100%, how you can have health, 100% health. Okay, here we go. I'd like for you to take a breath and just listen. Just listen. Just let yourself listen. Here we go. Listen. Do you know that all you have to do to start out is to tell yourself that everything that's going to happen to you is being planned by God, the divine, something that only wants your good. God would never offer you pain. Love will never give you pain. Love does not give pain. Real love does not give pain. God's plan does not give pain and give suffering. That's when someone is not using God's plan. Someone who's not using the plan correctly. Someone who is not using God's plan, but using their own plan. That's the person that has the sorrow and the suffering and the worry and concern. But you are being blessed right now. And you are being gently led. Do you know where you're being gently led? You're being gently led to eternal life. To eternal life. You're being gently led to eternal life. That means constant life. That means permanent life. So it is your present trust in love, truth, God. That's the plan that's going to promise you an undisturbed future, a future that you don't have any sorrow in. This present trust in the truth, pleasant trust in the universe, and I'm not talking about blindly trusting. A Course in Miracles gives you the details of exactly how to do this. That's what you've been hearing from me. This has been coming out of the Course in Miracles. This has been me using what's available to me right now, right? I sit here with you. I shared this right now, right? So it's present trust in right now, that right now has everything that you need. So I want you to let your present trust direct what's going to happen to you next. Do you know that if you practice what I've just shared from A Course in Miracles, do you know that if you practice this, if you remember this, you're going to start having encounters and relationships that are meaningful, that are loving, that are peaceful. You're going to have meaningful encounters. And you're going to have meaningful encounters with God. You're going to have meaningful encounters with love. You're going to have meaningful encounters with the truth. But your plans, they just hide all of that. So tell yourself right now, I do not perceive my own best interests. You don't always know what your best interests are. So sometimes you did things that were for your best interest and you felt like you didn't do something that was for your best interest. And sometimes things that you thought were your greatest successes were really your greatest failures. And sometimes things that you thought were your greatest failures were your greatest successes, because you don't really know what your own best interests really are, or you would never suffer. So tell yourself that everything from this moment forward, every relationship, every situation, every circumstance is for my own best interest, whether I realize it or not. So tell yourself, everything is for my own best interest. Everything is for your own best interest. Everything is for your own best interest. God's plan would never offer you pain. Love never offers pain. So if you don't trust, if you don't have a present trust in love, God, if you don't have a present trust in your Creator, if you don't have a present trust in right now, what do? Well, you learn. What is it that you learn? You learn how to undo your blocks. Your job is to learn how to let go of the blocks that keep you from realizing that what I just said to you is true, that your Creator only has your purpose of good. That's the only thing that your Creator wants for you, is your complete happiness. But you're so focused in on your beliefs that are fear-based and based on separation that you don't see that blessing yet, even though it's with you. So trusting what you're learning right now, and letting what you are learning right now, the new loving truth that you're learning right now, letting God, present trust in your Creator right now, learning how to do that and doing that is the plan. What plan? The plan that will promise you a future that is totally and completely safe and peaceful, where you are not full of and dealing with disturbances all the time. When you follow this plan, it's no sacrifice. It's not going to offer you pain, and you have so much joy and so much peace, and that joy and that peace constantly increases. Can you imagine what that would feel like to be happy today, and then to be happier tomorrow, and then to be happier the day after that, and then to be happier the day after that, and then to grow happier and happier and happier and happier? Can you imagine that? Well, that's the direction that you're headed in right now. That's what this is making available to you. And it starts with you accepting that everything that happens, every event in your life, every circumstance that happens, are being gently planned. Are being gently planned by one whose only purpose is your good. God's only purpose, life's only purpose, the divine purpose is only for your good, for your joy. Mighty companion, watch and listen to this at least 4 times, over and over again. I always read your comments. If you would like to go into deeper studies with me, then shoot me an email at earlpurdy@earlpurdy.com, so that I can especially make sure you are made aware of any deeper workshops that I do, so that you can be a part of it. Shoot me an email to earlpurdy@earlpurdy.com. It's time for us to go deeper. So I love you. I appreciate you. Listen to this over and over and over again. And please share these videos. And you don't have to be a member of Facebook to watch the videos. And they're all on YouTube anyway. So let's take a breath together. Let's not just have an abrupt conclusion. Let's take 10 seconds together. Let's practice the holy instant with each other. Let's practice the healing, loving instant with each other. Mighty companion, May the course be with you. Dog, I'm so grateful for you. So glad I'm not alone.